What's up, everybody? I'm back, man. You guys already know what time it is with this guy right here. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. I'm going to keep on pulling up day in, day out, man. That's what I do. So that's the part right there that this one individual didn't quite understand about me being about it. This is what I'm referring to being about it, my boy. I pull up day in, day out. Regardless of the weather, I'm showing up. Even if I ain't got nothing to talk about, I'm gonna pull up just to say, you vote, what's up, to my audience. Why? Because that's the type of person I am. You know what I mean? So anyways, people, hold up real quick. My glasses are a little bit, can't see. I don't know if it's old age or just my glasses might be a little bit dirty. But anyways, people, yeah, so before I go move on, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. 10,000 subscribers, we will start doing lives. Got to give a shout out to my channel members, everybody that's been supporting me, and a shout out to Inside Owl, Mr. Ronnie. Mr. Ronnie's a trip, man. You know what I mean? I can relate to a lot of stuff in the way he speaks, you know. But before I do go and address anything about Mr. Ronnie, I want to make it clear to my audience because I support dubs 100%. You know, each and every person is going to have their own agenda at the end of the day, and we've all been blessed, given a platform here on YouTube to express our feelings and tell bits and pieces of our life, you know, our life experiences. And with me, what I do, I share with my community about my fitness program and how I'm able to help people break limited beliefs, because that's what I do. I'm a full-time online fitness coach. I listen to people's content, and if I don't like it, I just tune away. It's that simple. The trollos, they got their own agenda. That's why they keep on pulling up day in, day out. I had one last night that pulled in, and I remembered his comments. I don't know if he realizes, but YouTube keeps a digital record, a diary of people that interact with your channel. So I was able to refresh my memory who this individual was. This guy act like it hurt my feelings because he's gonna unsubscribe. Bye, Felicia. Well, anyways, people, I ramble on a lot. That's what I do. Let's not forget, this is a fitness channel with a twist. I will always talk about something about fitness, nutrition, or overall health in general. I give free tips of the day. Give people, I try to lead people to the right direction on how to deal with whatever they're struggling with. Let's just put it that way. I got to be very careful on the words that I choose out here because I don't want to be held liable for something out here. You know what I mean? People nowadays are trying to make a quick and easy buck. Hey, who wouldn't want to get rich overnight? I know I would, but you know, I guarantee the person that really worked for what he's achieved in life appreciates it a lot more than that person that was just handed down to them. Well, anyways, people, before I go on and talk about Mr. Ronnie and how I feel about the individual, I know he has a personal emotion towards Dubs. Dubs is my boy too, you know what I mean? I'm not too familiar with Ronnie, just, you know, I subscribe to him straight up. He's an interesting individual that has a story to tell, and you know, people may not like it, but like I said, it's that easy. You don't need to tune in. Well, anyways, people, I said yesterday I was going to talk a little bit about pre-diabetes. People, pre-diabetes is a condition where your body doesn't use insulin as well as it should. Okay, so insulin is a hormone that helps glucose get from your blood into your cells of energy. When you have pre-diabetes, your body makes more insulin than normal. But your cells, they don't respond to it as well. So this will cause your blood sugar levels to rise. Okay, so now pre-diabetes is a serious condition because it can lead to type 2 diabetes. It can lead to heart disease and stroke. However, keep in mind, people, it can be reversed with lifestyle changes. And these lifestyle changes, you got to start losing weight. You got to start eating healthy, a healthy diet, and exercise on a regular basis, people. It's not that hard. And I've done it time after time here on my program. Like I said, one of my guys, he reached out to me yesterday and told me he's off of his diabetic pills that he was taking because of the nutrition and the exercises that he incorporates to his daily life. It helped reverse his condition, people. You know, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? What do you have to lose? You know what I mean? All you have to do is gain on it and invest in yourself. You can't go wrong with that, people. So, now with that being said, if you're ready to change your life, hit me up. highpowerfitness.net, baby. I'll get you started on becoming that best version of yourself. I will help you deal with your existing conditions that you're suffering with. You know, I will be that teacher, your mentor, and guide you the right way. I'm not going to steer you the wrong way. You're not going to get your hands shook and your money took. You're going to have a full-time online fitness coach that is accessible at any given time of day. I put in long hours throughout my day. I have to make time just to put up this content for the day because I'm a very, very busy person. A lot of people think it's just kick back, relax, and do nothing. No. This job that I do here can be very stressful at times, and I'm keeping it real 100%. It was a lot easier being a truck driver than it is doing what I'm doing today. You know, sometimes life throws you curveballs and you just got to learn to catch them and deal with them. And it goes for anything in life, man. You're going to have your naysayers and people that contest whatever you do. No matter how much right you do, they're going to look at you for that one wrong that you've done in your life and bash you for it forever. You know, those people, they got to live with themselves. You know, it is what it is. But you just got to keep on pushing. You know, don't let what the next man thinks of you affect your life, what you're doing on a daily. If you feel deep inside your heart, spiritually, that you're doing the right thing, then keep on pushing. You know, but there's nothing wrong with giving people their opinions, stating their opinions, but give an opinion that's going to be productive in life, not somebody that's going to break a person down. Yes, I understand there's constructive criticism, but some people may not understand that constructive criticism. So break it down to them. Break it down to them to layman's terms, you know, because people can be offended in the slightest constructive criticism. And that's to take me to the penitentiary, man. You know, you deal with thousands of personalities there, day in, day out. You know, the slightest little thing could set something off, and it becomes a domino effect. Then it affects everything that goes on in the life that you're living in there. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, hit the like and subscribe button. 10,000 subscribers. We'll start doing lives. On my lives, I will interact with everybody. Everybody is welcome to pull up. Now, to address Mr. Ronnie. Mr. Ronnie, he gave me a shout out, but he forgot. He didn't know who I was, and neither did his partner. That was how should I say, narrating the questions and the statements that were being said. I saw his video this morning when I was working out. You know, it was like about 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Give or take. You know, I can never always give up my exact times because, like I said, I'm not going to give timelines for people to figure me out. You could keep on trying to figure me out. I bounce around. I'm the motherfucking Riddler, baby. I'm the Riddler, the Rambler, you call it. Well, anyways, people, yeah, Mr. Ronnie, man, this dude right here, man, he's a very intelligent person. He's running raffles, and he's licensed by the state. He went through the lottery, the commission. You know, not just any cat can pull things off like that, man. You got it. That shows signs of somebody being pretty well educated and somebody that has resources. I tip my hat to him. He's giving back to the community. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that believe those nonprofit organizations is a hustle. It can be. Yes, it can. But no matter how you look at it, when you're dipping your hands in there, you're still giving back to your charity. I'm going to give up this one preacher, man. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get backlash from it. Back in the day, growing up, my mom was a faithful watcher of this person. This guy, he used to pull up in Rolls Royces, Bentleys to his churches. He owned mansions and stuff like that. Where was all this feria coming from? You know what I mean? There's a perfect example right there. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you have to survive in life. Hey, you see that line going through right there? It's a shadow because the sun is rising. But anyways, people, Ronnie, man, I see his thing. I love the way he broke down the way the derogatory words have been changed. They've taken the thunder and flipped it around. You know, I'm going to keep it real and 100% with you. Every last individual has called someone at one point in time out of their name. And it may not have just stemmed from racism. It just was out of anger, the heat of passion during that time. I'm guilty of doing it myself. Does that mean that I hate that person, that race? Absolutely not. I'm not racist. I fucking hate everybody the same. Keep it equal, baby. You know what I mean? I talk shit about my people, other people, but in a, how should I say, in a friendly manner, a joking manner. I take the thunder out of it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to throw a rock in a glass house because I know something will be broken. I'm very careful on what I do, and I make humor of a lot of things. You know, there's some individuals, man, that are fucking high and mighty. They think they're that person, but yet they're still out here on social media tapping their fingers, net banging. The trollos, you know what I'm talking about, man. There's so much opportunity nowadays to gain trophies. Times have changed, and that's one thing Ronnie spoke about. And I've always spoke about that too. Just because you were in a pinta one year and you go home and then you come back doesn't mean that it's still the same. Times change. Reglas change. The chain of command changes. The way people run the yards change. And yeah, I've walked some yards with some very voiceful people, very, very educated and intelligent, and they taught me words of wisdom. You know what I mean? When wisdom speaks, knowledge listens. Something to go by, some food for thought. Here comes the neighborhood birds, man. These guys fly by every day, same time. Right now, there's only a few of them. But anyways, yeah, I did ramble on. Real quick, man, I'm gonna bring this video to an end. I know it's not gonna take off that far, but it is what it is. Ronnie from Inside Out. I like his get down. I don't have to like everything, but what he speaks on, there's a lot of stuff that I could relate to. He's a C number, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's been doing time from back in the day. You know, I was an early J number. You know, but he has a get down that I'm familiar with. You know, the way stuff was ran back then, it reminds me of when I was going through the system. I could relate to it. I could never identify to either one, Dubs or Ronnie, because I wasn't a lifer. I was on that installment plan. So I don't have a dog in their fight. Dubs is my boy at the end of the day. That's their thing. And Dubs is my boy through here, social media. I don't know Dubs personally. I never done time with Dubs. It's obvious Dubs was a lifer because what he speaks on is actual and factual. You know, naturally you're going to have these two bump heads and have disagreements, but that's normal. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, really all bullshit aside, out here is where it really counts, people. Straight the fuck up. And you trolls that want to keep on being right here trolling and acting like you're something, hey, the gates are open. Integrated yards. Go get your trophies, baby. Don't be on here on social media, because we all know people here on social media talk a good talk. It is what it is. Well, anyways, people, time to bounce. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. 10,000 subscribers, I will start doing lives. If you want to get started on that fitness journey, become that 10.5, hit me up. highpowerfitness.net, baby. Now get up and get yours.